Hey everyone, it's Brittany here, and I don't know if this week has flown by for you guys, but it sure has flown by for me. Over this past week, we've been going out to eat lots, hanging out with friends here. We've had people come over and meet Kinley for the first time, hanging out with my good friend Jenna and her husband, who is stationed in Virginia right now, and she's finishing up school here in North Carolina, so they're apart right now, but they're about to be back together soon. So I'm excited for her. And we've just been hanging out here, watching Redbox movies more and going out to eat. I don't know if your spouses do it, but my husband, before every deployment and after every deployment, he likes to go to Outback. There's always like these certain places and certain things he has to do before he leaves and when he comes home. And I thought that was really cute. It's a good thing to do, and so we go to Outback and he gets his 20-ounce porterhouse steak every time, right before deployment and right after. And this time he has 3 things he wants to do. It's go to Moe's, which is amazing if you haven't been there. It's Moe's Southwestern Grill, and they make giant burritos and stuff like that, and it's delicious. And we've done one of the 3 so far, which we've gone to Moe's. And we still have to go to Outback, and we still have to go to Olive Garden. So those are the other 2 things on the list that we got to do. And I've got to make movies this week of him with the girls, so I can have that to show Kylie over this deployment to, see Daddy's face when she's not going to be able to. So, because I'm pretty positive I'm going to get to talk to him way less than I ever have during a deployment. So this one's going to be a lot harder than any other one. And, we're prepared for it and ready for it, but it's still going to be just as hard. Even though, we've been really lucky and haven't had him deployed for like 2 years now. So we've gotten extremely lucky. But it still doesn't change the fact that it's really hard on a family, and it's still upsetting, and it's starting to really hit me at this point because we only have a few days left now until he leaves. And we got these books earlier in the week from our friend, and it really made it, the reality of it hit home. And Lindsay was really kind and sent us these. Our friend Lindsay from Indiana, my husband actually went to high school with her, and I've become good friends with her too since we've been married, and me and Jason have been married, and so she sends us really sweet things all the time and sends stuff for the girls, and she sent us these books, and it just made me cry because it was so sweet. And there's this one called I'm Here For You Now, and you put pictures in it, and she put pictures in it for us, and so now I have this to show Kylie all the time, and she absolutely loves it. And there's a little handle on it for her to carry it around. Lindsay was actually volunteering recently with the National Guard Yellow Ribbon Youth Program, and she was telling them about, our family, and so they got her these books to give to us, and, she filled it up with pictures and wrote us a really sweet letter, and actually wrote me a website that I can share with you guys called www.yellowribbonbooks.com. And there's a book on there called A Yellow Ribbon for Daddy. And it actually explains to the children why their daddy has to leave. And a portion of the proceeds go to the children of fallen soldiers. So if you guys have never been to that site or never heard of that, you guys need to check it out and get you that book, because it's pretty cute. And I'm definitely going to be getting it for Kylie. She loves books, and she loves these books, and I know she'll love that book. And there's this other one called Over There. And these 2 ones I'm showing you now you can find on like Amazon.com or paperbackswap.com. And you can find them on there. But this just explains, like, I do the same things here that he does there. And just is really cute and just good for the kids. So I thought those were really cool to show you guys. And thank you, Lindsay, for sending them to us. I really appreciate it. And on to the question for this week. I actually received a question from a young lady named Haley. And Haley is a Marine fiance, and she's going through a year deployment right now with her fiance. and she wants to know ways that I stayed busy. Well, when I first got married, I was also 18, and then, you know, I was a nanny while he was deployed, his first deployment, and then when I came home before he was back yet, I started waitressing and got to know all my neighbors. So if I wasn't working, I was hanging out with friends or going to the movie. There's like a movie place on base there, on base housing, and I would go in there and I would talk to the lady in there for like 2 hours, and I would rent like 2 to 3 movies and go watch them every night because I didn't have cable at that time. So it was like living off movies for me back then, and I really got to know the lady at the video store, and she was really sweet and just would talk to me every time I went in there, and so that was cool. And the second deployment, you know, I moved with my family, so that really kept busy, and working. Working really keeps you busy, and you're in school, so I know you're probably busy with school already. So maybe take up a hobby, like making bows, making jewelry. There's a site called Etsy.com, and you can sell all that kind of stuff on there. So, you know, you're doing a positive. You're keeping yourself busy and you're making money. So, hey, why not do it? Working out. Working out's a good way to stay busy, a great way to relieve stress. And it's definitely a plus for your husband, working out or just working in general, because you're either making yourself fit or you're getting money. So I think he'd be happy with either one of those. And then you were asking how R&R works. And I know during Jason's 7-month deployment, he had R&R. And because it was only 7 months, though, they sent him from Iraq to Qatar and then back to Iraq. But with a 12-month one, he should get sent to the United States, back to you, and then you guys have like a couple weeks or so to spend together, and then he goes back. So I'm pretty sure that's how that one works. And oh, also with the whole, you know, staying busy and stuff, I always tell people visit family and friends back home, because you never know when you're going to get stationed, like across the world or in a totally different place in the United States. You never know where you're going to be. So if you're close to home, even if you're not, just always take time to go spend with them and see your loved ones when you can, because you never know what's going to happen next. So really cherish your moments and that time together. That's what I would say, and that's my advice. So if you guys have any more questions, please send me an email to brittany@millspouse.com, and I would love to answer them for you. Anything I can do to help any one of you, it just means so much to me to be able to help anybody. So I will talk to you guys next week, and I think we might be, it might be the going away one, not sure. So we'll see what comes around then. So you guys have a wonderful week, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.